Hello, class 11th student. Today, again I am going to start chapter 4. Topic is organization of data. This is part 5th. In this video, we are going to discuss about what do you mean by discrete series and what do you mean by continuous series. In the previous video, we had learned about what is the meaning of classification, its objective, features of good classification. Then we had learned about raw data, series, and then types of series. Within that, we had learned about individual series. Okay, so make a quick revision. What do you mean by classification of data? Okay, so classification. Class means what? Group. So when data are grouped, data are grouped, then this process is known as a classification. Yani grouping of data is known as a classification. Okay, and why we do classification? So basically classification is done to make to make understandable, to make data comprehensive, and it become easy to understand, and further analysis is possible. Okay, so for that we require classification of data. Okay, now next, what do you mean by raw data? Raw data, like raw anything. Raw means what? Raw means anything that is in its natural format. The same way when data are in its natural form, yani it is in its crude form, yeah, it is as it is collected, then it is known as a raw data. So raw data are not useful because we cannot make any meaningful explanation of it. So for making data meaningful and useful, there is requirement of classification. Okay, so when we are going to do classification, the first step is that we are going to convert raw data into series. And what is the meaning of series, student? Series means when data are organized in any proper order or sequence. Yeah, when data are presented in a systematic order, then it is known as a series. Okay, and there are three type of series. Individual series we had learned. What do you mean by individual series? So individual series is that series in which the value of each item are listed individually, yeah, singly. Okay, then it is known as a individual series. So there are three ways to represent raw data in individual series. Ascending order, descending order are on the basis of serial number. Okay, now let us start our today topic. So in today video we are going to discuss about discrete series and continuous series. Let me start. Okay, so first of all, what do you mean by discrete series? And one thing I want to clear all my class 11th student. I know that everyone is familiar with the type of series because in your mathematics you had learned about mean, median, mode. So you are familiar with individual, discrete and continuous series. Okay, so this is not new. This is not new. Just whatever theory part you are learning in 11th class for statistic for economics, that is new. But if you talk about its mathematical part that you have to learn in your 11th, so only few chapters are that is new for you. Otherwise, type of series, then mean, median, mode. Okay, so these are the things that already you had learned in your previous classes. Okay, let me start. What do you mean by discrete series or frequency array? So these are the two name. Okay, frequency series, it is also known as a frequency array. Now what is the meaning of discrete series? A discrete series or frequency array is that series in which data are presented in a way that exact measurement of item are clearly shown. Okay, so when data are exactly measurable, now that is considered as a discrete series. In such series there are no class intervals and a particular item in the series is numbered rather than measured with some range. Yani when data are exactly measurable and they are not in class interval or they are not in range, then it is known as a discrete series. Okay, let we understand it in a more simple way. Okay, so when value of all the units are arranged in group which are exactly measurable, that is known as a discrete series. So this is the meaning of discrete series. So whatever you feel easy, you will write in your copy and learn it and try to understand it. Okay student, so what do you mean by discrete series? When value of all units are arranged in groups which are exactly measurable, that is known as a discrete series. In these series, all values of variable are divided into certain groups. In these series, various values of the variable are repeated along with their corresponding frequency. So that is why, because there is frequency, that is why it is also known as a frequency array. Okay, so remember in individual series there is no frequency given, but if we talk about discrete series, so there is frequency given. Here is one example. It is, this table is related to 10 student who has obtained the marks in a test. Okay, so here we had discussed that this is the series in which data are arranged in group which are exactly measurable. It's mean what? It's mean that in this table we are know exactly there are two students whose number is equal to 10. There are one student who had gained obtained 20 marks. There are 4 students who had gained 30 marks. And there are 2 students who had gained 40 marks. And there are 1 student who had gained 50 marks. So in this way there are the 10 students, and how much they exactly get the number we know. Here is grouping of data and that is exactly measurable. So this is the meaning of discrete series. Okay, suppose I give you one example. Like suppose there is serial number. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and here is marks that is obtained in statistic. Roll number 1 get 5 marks, roll number 2 get 3 marks, roll number 3 get 5 marks, roll number 4 get 3 marks, and roll number 5 get 8 marks. Suppose the test is of 10 number and these are the number that is obtained by these 5 students. Okay, now if I want to convert into discrete series, so how I can do it? So first of all I am going to write here marks, and in the second column number of student. Okay, now here we are going to find out the number that is appear in this marks list. Okay, so first number is 3, then 5, then 8. Okay, now how many student who had gained the 5 marks? So their repetition of 5 is 2 times. You can see 2 times 5 is repeated. So it's mean there are 2 students who are getting 5 marks. Now repetition of 3 marks. So here you can see the 3 marks is also repeated 2 times. There are 2 students who had gained 3 marks. Okay, so in this way the number of students who gained 3 marks is 2. Okay, now 8 number is only gained by the roll number 5. So in this way the total number of student is what? 5, and this is your frequency. Okay, and this is your x. So in this way you can convert any individual series into discrete series. Okay student, now here is given one illustration that is from your book. 20 student of class 11th has secured the following marks: 11, 12, 14, 11, 16. So it is written randomly. Present the data in a frequency array. So this is the your question. Now, how many numbers appear here? So we can see 11, then 12, then 13 is not repeated, then 14. After that, 15 is not repeated, then 16, then 17, then 18, then 19 is not here, then 20. So we had written these number that appeared in the list. Okay, now we are going to prepare a tally bar. So here you can see कि 11 is repeated how many times. So 11 is repeated 1, 2, 3, and so in this way we will marks 3 line and we will write 3. Yani ki there are 3 students who are getting 11 marks. Okay, now 12. So 12 is repeated only one time in the given data. Okay, so here we will write 1 line, we will draw and write here 1. Okay, now if we talk about 14, so 14 number is repeated itself 4 times. Here is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So we will draw 4 line and write here 4. After that 16. So 16 here it is one time it appear, then it is appear second time. So in this way there are 16 is repeated 2 times. So we will write here 2. Okay, after that 17. So 17 you can see 17 is repeated how many times? So first is 1, 17, so 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. So in this way how we will write 5? So we will write 4, we will draw 4 straight line and then cut. It represent 5, and in front of that in the frequency column we will write 5. After that the number that appear in the data is 18. So 18 how many time 18 is appear? Only one time it is appear. So we will draw 1 line and write here 1. Okay, now the last number is 20. So how many time 20 is repeated? So in the first there is no 20. Now here is 120, then second 20, then then third 20, and then fourth 20. In this way the 20 is appear 4 time. So here we will write 4, and in this way we can count. Here is 20. So this is the list of 20 students. In this way our discrete series is correctly formed. Okay, so in this way you can convert any data into discrete series. I think you are able to understand it. Now it is your homework. Here I had given you 2 questions. First one is represent the marks of 28 students of class 11th in the form of discrete frequency distribution. Okay, how you are going to attempt it? So first column will be of marks, then tally bar, and then frequency. Okay, yani number of student. Okay, student. So 3 column you will draw. So first of all we are going to marks which number is appear here. So first smallest digit that is appear is at 10. After that 11 is not here, 12 is not here, 13 is not here, 14 is not here, then 15, then 16 is not here, 17 is also not, 18 is also not. Okay, then 20, and then 25. So in this way you are going to write 10, then 15, then 20, then 25, and you are going to write marks how many time a number is appear in tally box, and then after that you will write okay its frequency. Now same way there is given 30. Transform the following data of size of 30 pair of shoes sold by the showroom on a particular day in the form of discrete series. Okay, so I think you are able to do these 2 questions, and I will give answer in the next video. Okay, so when I will start the next video it will be with the answer. Okay, now continuous series. What do you mean by continuous series? So its name clear, continuous yani continuity, there is no break. Okay, so this is the series that is related to continuity, or it is related to range, or it is also known as a class interval series. Okay, what is written in your book, let me understand it. It is that series in which items cannot be exactly measured. Okay, so in discrete series we had learned that data are grouped and that are exactly measurable, but here we cannot exactly measure it. Okay, the the item assume a range of value and are placed within the range or limit. In other words, data are classified into different classes with a range. The range is called class intervals. Each item in the class series is written against a particular class interval by the way of tally bar. The number of the item and occurs in the show as a frequency against the class interval to which that items belong. Okay, so I think it is given proper explanation of frequency distribution series. So first of all, what is frequency distribution? The first line is its meaning. It is the series in which items cannot be exactly measurable. So what type of series is known as a frequency? So the further is its explanation. When data are arranged in any range, okay, data are arranged in any range, then it is known as a frequency series या class interval series. Okay, how we form it? So the range is called class interval, and in front of it we will prepare tally bar, and on the basis of it we will write frequency. Okay, student? Okay, now there is one more explanation that is more convenient or easy to understand. Okay, what do you mean by continuous series or class interval? So when value of all units are arranged in group which are not exactly measurable, then it is known as a continuous series. In this series, all the value of variables are shown in continuous manner. Okay, student, along with their corresponding frequency. For example, marks obtained by 10 student are. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि ये जो सीरीज है, यहाँ पे जो वैल्यूज़ है उसको किस में कन्वर्ट कर दिया गया है? That is given into the continuous manner, and whatever number is obtained by the student that is written here. Means देखो यहाँ पे डेटा जो है, okay, here you can see कि there are 4 students who are getting marks within 0 to 10, but we cannot tell कि how many these 4 student exactly how much number they are getting. यानी यहाँ पे ये तो क्लियर है कि इन 4 स्टूडेंट के मार्क्स 0 to 10 के बीच में है, लेकिन एग्जैक्टली उन्होंने 3 मार्क्स पाए हैं या 4 मार्क्स पाए हैं या 10 मार्क्स पाए हैं, वी कैन नॉट एक्सप्लेन इट. ओके स्टूडेंट, same way there are 3 students whose marks lie between 10 to 20, but we cannot say कि how much they are exactly getting. Same way there are 2 students whose marks is between 20 to 30, but we cannot tell कि how much they are getting. So this is the meaning. When value of the units are arranged in the group but which are not exactly measurable, this is known as a continuous series. And in these series all the value of variable are shown in a continuous manner. यहाँ आप देख सकते हो continuity है 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. So there is a continuity. Okay student, now okay, there are some important terms that is required to understand for continuous series. So let me understand what are these important terms. So first is given here class. Okay, so first is given class. Class is what? Like if I write here 0 to 5, 5 to 10. Okay, so this is what? This is the class. Okay, here I had taken range of 5. Okay, there is difference between the two digit, that is 5. I can take one more class 0 to 10, or I can take 20 to 40. So these are the example of class. Okay, now, so a range of value which incorporate a set of item is called a class. For example, 5 to 10, 10 to 15 are the classes. Okay, student. Now, class limit. Class limit is related to what? Okay. So, what do you mean by class? So, one more meaning. Class means a group of number in which items are placed. Okay, a group of numbers in which item are placed. Okay, so you can write it. Class. This is, I think, more easy. So, what is class? It. Wait. It. I will write here. Okay. It is a group of numbers. It is a group of numbers in which items are placed. In which items are placed. Placed. Okay, so placed, such as 10 to 15 or 5 to 10. Okay, so we can write the definition of class. It is a group of numbers in which items are placed. Okay, items are placed. Now, what do you mean by class limit? So class limit is related to two things, upper limit and lower limit. Okay, student, the extreme value of the class are limit. There are two type of limit we find, upper limit and lower limit. Like if I take the example 10 to 20. Okay, student, I will take the example of 10 to 20. So this is what, this is your lower limit, and this is what, this is your upper limit. Okay, student. Now, magnitude or class interval. So magnitude or class interval is what? It is the difference between upper limit and lower limit of class. It is difference between upper limit and lower limit of class. Like here is given, if we will take the example of class interval 10 to 15. So how we are going to calculate? Upper limit minus lower limit, yani 15 minus 10. So how much we will get? We will get 5. Okay, student. So this is what, this is known as a class interval or magnitude of class. Okay, and this is the equation to find out it. L2 minus L1. L2 means upper limit of class interval and L1 means lower limit of class interval. Okay, now next important term is mid value. Mid value is what? Mid value is the average value of upper limit and lower limit. So whenever we want to calculate average, how we calculate? Whatever number is given, we add and divide by 2. So if we talk about the class, if you talk about the discrete series, the discrete series is given into class. Okay, and there are two, lower limit and upper limit. Okay, so when we add these two, L2 and L1, and divide it to 2, so we get mid value. Okay, so this is the equation for calculating the mid value. Like if this is the class 10 to 20, so how we are going to calculate? 20 plus 10 yani ki 30 upon 2, yani we get 15. So this is what? This is the mid value. Okay, so this is what? This is the mid value. Mid value means, mid value is the center point of the class interval. What is mid value? So mid value means it is the central point, point of class interval. It is the midpoint of class interval. Okay, student, you can write it also. Okay, so in this way, today topic had completed. I'm going to explain it in very easy way with one example that I had prepared for you. Okay, suppose I'm going to take one example for you. Okay, student, so I'm going to take one example. There are total 10 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Wait, student, I will write it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, and they, how much they are getting the number? So roll number 1 is getting 10 marks, roll number 2 is getting 5, roll number 3 is getting 8, roll number 4 is getting 8 marks, roll number 5 is getting 5 marks, roll number 6 is getting 2 marks, and roll number 8 is getting 1 marks, and 9 is getting 0, and roll number 10 is getting 10 marks. Okay, student, now I am going to arrange this data into discrete series. Okay, discrete. So how we are going to convert this individual series in discrete? So first of all, we are going to write here marks. Okay, and then tally bar, and then frequency. Okay, so here in marks, this is the marks column, this is the serial number column. So how many number had appeared? 0, 1, 2, 5, 8. Okay, yani 6 number has appeared. So we will write these 6 number. First is 0, then 1, then 2, then 5, then 8, and last one is 10. Okay, 0 is appear how many time? 0 is appear 1 time. So here we will draw one line, and here we will write 1. Okay, 1 appear 1 time, so here we will draw one line and we will write 1. 2 had appeared how many time? 2 had appeared, we can see ki 2 had appeared. Roll number 7 is also getting 2. There is missing actually 2 is also here 7. Roll number 7 is getting 2. So 2 is appeared 2 time. Okay, sorry, here I'm going to draw. Here I am going to draw 2 line, and here I am going to write 2. Now 5 appear how many time? 1 and 2. So here we will draw 2 line and write here 2. 8 is appear also 2 times. So here we are going to draw 2 line and we are going to write here 2. And if we talk about 10, so 10 appear also 2 times. So 2 line we will draw and write here 2. Okay, our discrete series is correct or not? How many students are there? There are total 10 students. So we are going to add. So there are total 10. So in this way our discrete series is correct, and in this way discrete series is written. Okay, now how we can write continuous series? Okay, so for continuous series, here we are going to write marks. Okay, and marks is going to appear into range. So 0 to 5. Okay, and then 5 to 10, then 10 to 15. Okay, now I am going to write number of student या फिर frequency. Okay, so यहाँ पे आप discrete series की help से आराम से continuous series में convert कर सकते हो. Okay, जिसके marks 5 आए हैं, they are not written in the first one because 0 to 5 means This is related to those student whose marks is equal to 0 and less than 5. Okay, so yani ki we are going to write this number, yani ki 2 to 4. Okay, so 0 to 4 yani ki how many student are here? 4 student. Now 5 to 10 yani ki we are going to write this much number, so 2 and 2 yani 4 student. Okay, now 10 to 15, so there are 2 student, so in this way the total is 10. So in this way you can easily convert any data that is given in individual series in discrete and continuous series. So I think you are able to understand. Do practice. There are given so many example in your book. So first of all, you try to attempt the question with your illustration. After that you do the practice with your book that is given in essential question. Okay student, and if you are having any problem, so you can write in a comment box. Okay, thank you. Okay, one more thing is remaining here, types of frequency. So that is the topic of next video. So frequency distribution or continuous series is divided into 5 part. Yeah, there are 5 type of continuous series: exclusive, inclusive, open and cumulative frequency, and mid value. That is we are going to learn in the next video. For thank you today.